What is going on, everybody, and welcome on into episode 279 of the Garage Beers podcast, brought to you proudly here on the Orange and Brown Report streaming network. The OBR is Cleveland's oldest and largest independent Browns coverage site. If you are not a member of the OBR.com, get over there now, hit subscribe. Right now, I think the OBR is running a 75% off VIP membership sale for all new members, so get over there and do it now because we're just in time for Brown season, and you do not want to miss all the best coverage that the OBR has to offer. Get over there and hit subscribe. Now, if you're watching us on Twitch or YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe, follow, like, all that kind of stuff, and make sure you're tuned into the OBR streaming network all the way throughout Brown season and more. While you're over there and following things and liking things and subscribing to things and doing whatever the kids do nowadays, get over to the socials at The Garage Beers and hit follow there as well so you can stay tuned to everything we got going on here on Garage Beers, including Talking Browns like we're going to do tonight in literally our favorite segment of the whole year. Cannot wait to get to it. We're going to also talk Buckeyes, college football, might even get to the Guardians for a hot minute, even though, and so much more. So we're so glad you're here. We're so glad you're joining us live tonight here on the OBR streaming network. With you, as always, I'm your host, Mike. Joining me, my two co-hosts on the east side of Cleveland, it's Chad out in Seattle. I almost said Seattle, Tennessee. Oh, my Lord.
Oh,
Seattle,
boy.
Washington. It's Joey. What's going on, boys?
Ew. What's up, fellas? The start of the season comes like, bam, with football. Maybe just because I block out the preseason a good bit, but we're here.
Yeah, yeah. Thank God it's game week. I if I have to go through another week of listening to how our offensive line, our third string offensive line and coach are racist and other former quarterbacks just trashing the city and people just giving into it, giving it the time of day. I needed something else to talk about Browns. Other than that, I just needed something else to talk about. So, and here we are. Favorite segment of the year, like you said. Always good to have Camryn on.
Well, I didn't even get there yet. Stop spoiling it. Stop spoiling the surprise that isn't a surprise because we advertised. But it's fine.
Whoops. Well, I do have one other thing.
Knock that shit off.
I do have one other thing that's kind of fun.
Oh.
My neighbor, right? He is I think he's the nicest antisocial guy you've ever met in your life.
Okay.
Right? He is he'll help you out with anything, right? He helped me fix one of the tires on my riding lawnmower back here, right? But but when he is done, he is done. I've never seen someone hit the eject button on a social situation like this guy. Today, he's out in his front yard, and I'm out there playing catch with Fletch, and he goes, "Hey, Chad, you want a beer?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And I'm, naturally, I'm just expecting to bullshit for a few minutes. He brings me the beer. He's like, "Here, it's Labatt Blue Light." He goes, "Have a good night." I go,
my kind of guy.
All right. Thanks for the beer, dude. All right. All right. I guess we're done here.
Merry Christmas. Tell the wife and kids I said hi.
Yeah, right.
Oh, shout out to the neighbor getting some love on the podcast. No, listen, a little bit later in the show, there was a wild first official week of college football. I was at the Horseshoe for that Ohio State-Texas game. So I do want to talk about that, but there were a lot of other big storylines from college football. We'll get into college football. We'll get into more stuff, but we're going to kick things off on the right foot here because we know why you're all here. It's Brown season. Like Chad said, I feel like when we get to the Asshole of the Week segment, one of those is going to be a former quarterback that talked about the Cleveland situation again like an idiot. I see he hasn't laid off the cocaine yet. I'm sure we'll get to that.
What are you wearing sunglasses indoors for again, John? What are you wearing sunglasses indoors for again?
We'll get to all that, but want to bring in our special guest because it is time for our favorite segment of the entire year. It's time for our Brown schedule game segment, and we've done this now. This is 5 years in a row with our special guest. We're going to bring her in now from Channel 5. She covers the Browns as well as anybody, and that is evidenced by the fact that she has, I think, won as many Emmys at this point as who's won a lot of Emmys. I almost said Susan Lucci, but wasn't she famous for not winning a lot of Emmys?
Camryn was on All My Children. Yeah, probably
right.
A few episodes. Maybe.
She's won all the awards, and it's deservedly so. Let's bring her in right now. It's Camryn Justice. Camryn, welcome back.
Thanks for having me. Susan Lucci, I'll take that comp. That's fine. I don't know if she's won Emmys, but she's Susan Lucci. So, compare me to a grade. That's cool.
You literally have no reason to come back on this show, and you just keep doing it, and we love you for it.
It's so fun. Like, I say it's like your favorite. I don't know that you're telling the truth, but it's fine because it's like my favorite every time. It's that time of year. I'm like, or like if you don't respond, I'm like, I wonder if they just got tired of me. Like, if we're gonna not do it again this year. Like, is it done? Is it finally have they finally had enough of me? No.
You could set your calendar to it, Camryn. Like around this time of year, like expect my DM and be like, hey.
No, it's a text message that happens in roughly the end of July when we're like plotting out the show and we're like, all right, what are we gonna do? And then we're just like, that date, Camryn.
Yeah, that's it.
Mark it, Sharpie, done.
And then you respond and you ask me, and then I'm super excited, but then I think that I responded to you. And then in 3 to 5 business days, I do respond. Absolutely.
That's good.
Because that's my toxic trait. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, that'll be fun. Yep. And I'm like, oh, I haven't responded to them like a week.
Don't set the bar too high. Bar low.
Yeah, it's all right. We know where we stand in the pecking order, so it's fine. As long as you get back, it's great.
Right there with everybody. If you ask anybody in my life, when do I respond? 3 to 5 business days. It's my new slogan. Might be on a t-shirt.
I love it. Well, listen, it is going to be time. We're going to get to the schedule game in a minute. We always pick your brain a little bit on the offseason before we get into that. But before we get into any of that, Camryn, I didn't even verify this with you, but you've always done it in the past. So I'm just going to assume that we're going into this. We do our Garage Beers of the Week segment. Camryn, did you grab your drink before you came onto the show?
No, this time I didn't. Of course I did. Yeah.
Yes. See, come on.
Well, then lead us off. Lead us off, Camryn. What are you drinking while we talk about the Browns?
I haven't cracked it yet. We'll crack it right before we get into this, I guess. But I have Southern Tier Distilling Company's Bourbon Smash, ginger, mint, and lemon.
Yum.
Ooh, delicious.
It's very refreshing.
Tasty.
Very strong. I'm gonna try to drink this slow because I gotta, take care of myself. It's 10%.
Just grab. Well, you don't have to drink it slow. Just grab a second one. It's fine.
You're going to give us predictions that you already given, like that. We're
going to go back to like what we're like. No, we already did week 4. We're on week 10. Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
That's right.
What did you say? What did you say?
Where am I? Chad, you're flashing yours on the screen left and right. So, how's the Corona?
It's brand plate. Yeah, like I'm doing like a commercial type drink. I'm like, oh, yeah, no Corona. It's just a simple Corona. I just felt like it today. It's nice and warm out on the porch here tonight. It's supposed to be cool next few days tomorrow. So, again, holding on to summer for as long as I can, boys. And Camryn. Yeah, here we go. Corona Light. Let's go.
Throw one over to the neighbor, buddy. Just throw one over into his yard.
And make him sit here and talk to me. Did you hear that story, Camryn?
No.
Oh yeah, I quick recap. Like I call him the nicest, most antisocial person you've ever met in your life. Like he's really nice. He'll come over. He'll help you out with anything. But when he's done talking, like he is done. Like I was out in the front yard today playing catch with my son. He goes, Chad, want a beer? I go, yeah, awesome. And I figured we just BS for a few minutes. He comes, he hands me the beer. He goes, it's Labatt Blue Light. And he goes, all right, have a good night. Just turns around and just walks away. Like he was out.
Listen, I respect that. He knows that he's going to be social. He's going to give you the beer. He doesn't need small talk. Have a good day.
Yeah. I'm like, okay.
Acts of kindness.
All right, pal.
This is love language. Acts of kindness.
And it works. All right, Chad, you got the Corona. You're getting asked in the comments if it's lime or no lime. I don't see a lime there, Chad.
Oh, yeah. There's lime juice. Lime juice is in there. I don't have any fresh limes to cut in there, but lime juice is in there.
Right. Can't go wrong with it. All right, yeah. Joe, you're well. You know what? I'm gonna let you go last because you're excited about your beer. So I'm gonna go. While Chad is hanging on to every moment of summer, I'm at full swing fall beers at this point. Full swing fall beers. And so I grabbed Allagash, a really good brewery, and this is the Haunted House, and it is a hoppy dark ale.
Ooh.
And by dark ale, it looks like that. So it is. They mean it. They meant it when they said dark ale.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest, I don't love it, but
okay.
It's beer. It is wet, and that matters, and I can drink it, and that's all that matters. So I'm going to drink it, and nothing against Allagash. It's just not maybe my favorite thing, but we're going to enjoy it while it lasts, and we're going to talk Browns, and that's all that matters.
That'd be weird if you had a beer that wasn't wet.
Well, correct. Hey, maybe that's a new thing. It's like space beer.
Oh, there you go. MRE, MRB, meals ready to be. Never mind. All right, Joey, what do you got?
Well, in the spirit of how I feel about the Brown season, I'm going to try to be optimistic today. We're going to try. But I have a lovely double IPA from Bend, Oregon, 10 Barrel Brewing called Always Down. And
Right.
you know, it just kind of, that's like the life of a Browns fan. It's just always downhill from here. There's always new ways to go downhill when you're a Browns fan. And so that's how, you know, my fandom is summed up. The beer's delicious. 9%. It's just lovely and so delicious. I have another one here. So we might be picking some extra W's towards the end here, but yeah, we're excited for this one.
You're going to have to make a trip over there to see if that Blockbuster's still open. You guys ever see that?
In Bend, Oregon?
Yeah, Bend, Oregon.
The last
one.
Bend, Oregon. A Blockbuster video is still open in Bend, Oregon. It's the last one in the country, like in the world.
Yeah, it's not too far. I think Portland's like 2.5 hours, and Bend's probably like 3 or 4 from here. So
there you go, road trip,
a little weekend trip. Yeah, Oregon's got some good breweries though. They might top Washington with like the breweries they have out there.
All right, Pacific Northwest guy. You know what?
I appreciate that.
It's still light out.
It's your favorite place in the world.
Yeah, right.
That's your favorite place in the world?
Pacific Northwest, love it out there.
I just moved here. I'm in Seattle now.
You're in Seattle.
Yeah.
If I was going to be anywhere else,
it's a great spot.
Hey, I speak for all of Browns fandom. No, you're not allowed to go out there.
Listen, my ideal scenario is like I make it right, and I'm here and I'm home, but I have a little summer home. It's very far off goal, but like maybe one day I have a summer home, like a little cottage in the woods in the Pacific Northwest.
Yes.
All right. 5 years from now, you'll be getting shoddy Wi-Fi in Seattle doing this show. I get it, Camryn. Okay, I get it.
Into existence. That's what I'm here for.
Yes,
like
we manifest.
Love it. All right, so let's get into Cleveland Browns talk again. Those are our drinks this week. You get into the comments. Let us know what you're drinking while you're watching. If you can't catch us live, but you're listening on Apple or Spotify or wherever, you can always tweet at us too. If you got a suggestion for us, we'll go out and try it. But before we get into the scheduled game, Camryn Justice, we're finally here again. The off season is finally over, and it's an off season that I don't know about you. I don't know about you guys, Joe and Chad, but when I look back on it now, I feel like this off season lasted for 3 years. I feel like remember that it was the beginning of this off season that Myles Garrett requested a trade from the Cleveland Browns. That happened this offseason. That feels like it was like 3 years ago. And since then, the Browns have brought him back. We've had the whole quarterback situation, 4 guys in camp, Kenny Pickett and Joe Flacco and all that. We've got a ton of rookies it's like one of the things I'm looking forward to most about this team is some of these young guys that are getting ready to play for the Cleveland Browns. And it's been this whole saga and situation that have led us to this point, week 1, Sunday against the Bengals. Camryn, sum up. You've covered the Browns a lot of years now. Sum up this offseason and how you feel how this went.
Zero shortage of storylines or interest. I'll tell you that. I mean, because from every angle, it was like new story, new angle, new development. Whether it was the Myles Garrett trade request and then the multi-year massive extension that resulted from it, or it was they're trading for Kenny Pickett. And then they're signing Joe Flacco. They're bringing him back. But they're going to draft 2 rookie quarterbacks. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is out for the year. Jordan Hicks has retired. This rookie linebacker, Carson Schlesinger, looks incredible, and he's going to be the new leader of the defense. And all of these storylines, MJ Emerson out for the year with the Achilles injury, just every single step of the way has been something drastic, something big. And so it's been a lot. That's why I think it feels like it's been so long, because it's been so much in such a short amount of time. But I think that it was a really productive offseason from how the Browns got to this point with that disappointing 3-14, right? You could go in here, you could see guys dejected. I think there's a lot of optimism. The energy is really high. It feels a lot different. I expected it to be a little, murky, especially with the offseason, with some of those things with, Myles Garrett's trade request. Like, you think maybe that plays into the vibe, the morale of the team. It didn't. And I do think that these guys are pretty confident in themselves to maybe not have a Super Bowl season, but to turn things around, and this being a foundation of turning things around. I think that there's a lot of belief that there are core pillars that have been established this offseason in order to help achieve that goal. And so it didn't go maybe the way I thought it would. And there's a lot more optimism and confidence in this team than maybe I anticipated them having. I thought maybe it'd be a little dicier at this point, but it's not.
Would you rather have all the drama, like cover a team with all the drama like the Browns, or would you rather be like covering like the Chiefs and have it be like the Travis and Taylor engagement? Would you rather be covering that?
That's not a fair question, because me personally would love to cover the Travis and Taylor ordeal on like a daily basis. I had to sneak it into one of my Browns things. I was like, okay, apparently I can't talk about Travis and Taylor getting engaged, so I guess I'll talk about the 53-man roster cut down. It's fine. No, like for me, yes, like obviously every story, like the more storylines, the more options you have. I personally don't prefer to have like drama, right? Like if it was nice and simple and easy and relaxed, then you can focus more on just like what's the product on the field, and then just the extracurriculars, the human interest stories that I like to do. But then there's all those in betweens and the navigating and the in between when there's with the drama. So no, I wish it was a little bit more chill. I will say, like for as dramatic as this offseason was, it was kind of mild. Like none of it was like, oh my gosh, like riveting, like move the earth. Like the Myles Garrett was the biggest one, and then that resolved itself into like a big story in its own. So like that was the big one. Everything else has kind of just been storyline here, storyline there. The slow process of finding a quarterback, like who's it going to be? There was never like one point where it was just this big explosion of, even when they announced Joe Flacco as the starter, like it kind of was, it led itself into that. It kind of like the story told itself. It was not a big surprise. It was like, well, yeah, that seems like the inevitable thing. We all kind of anticipated that. It was easy to tell. So it wasn't like a overwhelming off season, but chill is always good. I'm not mad at a chill season.
And my final question, before then we can get into whatever else, was Miles' smirk for Joe Flacco? Was the silly? I don't remember that. Like it's like, yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, I know the quarterback situation.
You know what? I don't know that. I don't know. I do think that there was
no, it wasn't.
There was an idea that Joe was like, he was in conversations at that point, but I don't know that smirk was for anybody in particular. I don't know. Like, maybe he did know the plan, but I think that was just Miles having fun. Like, even if he didn't know the plan, I don't think the smirk was an indicator of like, that's Miles having fun.
Yeah.
That was as much of a Shadur Sanderson the fifth smirk as I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That got people to. I did not anticipate that being such a big storyline. Like that was just everywhere, and I was like, oh, yeah, okay, all right. I think it was just maybe like a little fun little comment on this, but okay, all right.
No, Camryn, everything is serious, and how dare you insinuate otherwise?
He knew all along Kenny was going to get traded to Vegas, like mid-preseason.
Right. All right, a couple really quick hitters. Right now, the Cleveland fans are just smashed by just the worst thing, which is whether you are a Guardians fan and you're just being crushed by the unknown of baseball holding out two players that were really important to your baseball team for their own fault, but there's no like resolution in sight. It's just like, yeah, we're just going to slowly figure this out. And you as the fans have to just kind of suck it up and deal with it. And now here we are with the Browns. And that exact same situation is going on right now as a guy that really felt very important to this team, especially as they're going to kind of rebuild the running back room. Their second round pick, Camryn Justice, there's nothing about it. We don't really know. And maybe you do. We don't know whether this is a league holdup situation. We don't know if this is a contract holdup situation. We don't like Camryn Justice is just out, and we are days away from the start. Any word here? Do you have any inkling on what in the hell is going on?
I think that there is some trepidation of just kind of waiting for that league investigation to be over. And to be honest, it should be done soon, like anytime. If you go back and look at like the investigation into Rice, and that was around the same time frame of when that actually went to court as Quinshon's arrest. And so timeline wise, now that that's wrapped up in that league investigation, not that they can't coincide, but the league can maybe put that one to bed and go to the next one, which could be Quinshon. There's also the investigation into Devin Bush. And so I think now feels like a really feasible timeline for an investigation to come to an end. And so I would imagine that probably weighs into like some of this delay in any kind of contract decisions, I guess, like the finalization of a contract. Because I mean, if you're the Browns, if you can just kind of hold out and just see, that does play into your contract negotiations. And you know, we know that Quinshon was, and his agent, or like they're looking for guaranteed money. The pick before him, the pick after him, fully guaranteed. Like they got their guarantees, and so there's that aspect of it. But if you're the Browns, I like to think that you're trying to do some due diligence there and make good decisions in that regard. And so why not wait a week? Why not wait a couple more days if the league is like nearing an investigation now? So maybe it's that, maybe it is not to the two sides being unable to come to terms with those details of a contract. I think especially in the terms of the guaranteed money and things of that nature. So I think it's probably a mix, but I would assume that if the investigation is nearing an end, the Browns would like to wait for that to see, is he going to be suspended? If so, is it 5 games? Is it 6 games? What does that look like? And then you can quickly come back to the table with an offer. Now, maybe the league doesn't finish their investigation and the Browns and Quinshon and his team, they come to terms and they figure it out. I just think that it might be very close to a resolution of some capacity, or at least an understanding from the Browns to have some kind of, maybe if it's not a formal resolution, they might be in those conversations of what it might be looking like to have a better idea. So, I mean, they're expecting it soon. We're expecting it soon. Everyone's kind of expecting it. It's just where that timeline lays out with everything else in the mix is TBD. And I wish I had a better answer, like a more definitive time.
How could you?
Like, I think it's pretty unknown right now. But I would just common sense wise with how the other incidents around the league have shaken out. I do think that it's probably nearing an end, and there will be some kind of resolution that may lead to a contract if they don't figure it out before.
All right. So 2 years off of an 11-6 season with Joe Flacco and a playoff berth, 1 year away from a 3-14 season with the worst offense you've ever seen in your whole life and a defense that really tried to hang on, but then it just couldn't in the end. Here we go into 2025, and a lot of changes have been made. Tommy Rees, the offensive coordinator, it sounds like we're going back to a very much more Kevin Stefanski style of offense that they have been successful with. A lot of new players, a lot of rookies, but also a lot of good leadership, veteran leadership that should be making plays. So now it's time, guys. It's time for the Browns schedule game, where we're going to go game by game, and we're going to pick how we think the 2025 Cleveland Browns are going to go through their season. Camryn, we're going to give you the honors on all the games, and then we're just going to give you a little snippets on whether we agree or disagree as we go. So let's start with Sunday's game. It's Myles Garrett against the team that he does the most damage against, the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals came to some deals this offseason, especially with their wide receivers, but still some things hanging over their heads. Camryn, how are the Browns going to start their season on Sunday at 1 o'clock?
Well, let me crack this one open real quick. Because
let's go. That's a good pop.
We gotta crack the beer. We gotta take a drink. And now we're ready. Okay. Week 1, Bengals. I think they play each other. It's been a little bit more even recently. I think that's mostly because last year was an anomaly of a season. They tried things that didn't work offensively, just simply didn't work. And I think they're in a better position. I think that this rivalry has become very intense. There's a lot on the line. It's a home crowd. It's Joe Flacco. the first win he ever had in the NFL against the Bengals. And you're back with your team. You're back with the Browns. Hoping to bring some magic. I think the intensity is there. I think it's maybe a close game. But I think the Browns, they shock us a little bit. Start off with a win.
Let's go. Yeah.
A nice positive start to the season.
Yeah, completely agree. Simply put, I mean, there's not a pass rusher in the league that Myles Garrett that is in Joe Burrow's head like Myles Garrett is. He's terrified. He bails early, and the Browns play well against the Bengals, no matter how good or bad they are. I agree with you. Oh, and also the defense is the Bengals defense is how do the kids say, booty cheeks? Yeah.
I think the Browns stand to have a much better defense against the run this time around compared to last season, and so I think that's optimistic. I also agree. I think there's a win here for Week 1.
I think we're going 4-0 with the Cleveland Browns Week 1, and you can't. This almost feels like the most obvious one to pick for a Browns win all season. The way they come out, the way they play the Bengals. I don't trust that off. I know the Bengals have tried to work on that offensive line. I don't trust that for 1 second. Give me this outrageous Browns defensive line, and give me this Browns defense all day against the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's go 4-0, and let's get the Browns off to a 1-0 start. And that would be great because this 6-game stretch is disgusting. If they were to go 1-0, they're going to have to back it up the next week by going into a team that's kind of the prohibitive favorite to win the division, the Baltimore Ravens. Camryn, Browns, Ravens, Week 2.
Now, people are going to be like, okay, Cam, what are you talking about? Did you have more of those bourbon smashes? I am putting the Browns at 2-0 to start the season.
Ooh,
and I think that it's because this one's hard. I mean, this obviously could go the other way, and it could be just a total blowout because it's the Ravens at home. But I think that there is an underlying hatred of this team in this particular moment. It's the first time Joe Flacco is going against the Ravens since he was on the team. And they're doing their celebration of 30 years. Crazy time to do that. This is a spite win. This is just the hate in the heart collectively goes down there. It's an upset because I can see it going the other way, but I'm going to be an optimist here. And the rest of the season is probably not going to go the way that I'm talking about right now, but this one is going to set a tone. Storylines will be had. People will say, are the Browns back? Because they're going 2-0 to start the season.
Yeah, the audacity of the Ravens to do this. I hope the Browns win this game 65,000-2. Like I just, yeah, I there's going to be extra motivation going into this game. I would normally have this as a loss, but there's an extra chip on the shoulder in this game for just for that reason alone, and I think the Browns win.
Chad, Joe, you mute yourself. All you do is mute yourself. It's a lot of fun to watch you talk. It's more fun to hear you.
Yeah, no disagreement on my side for any of that, including the muting. You have to, if you're a Browns fan, you gotta pick the Browns to win this game. Are you kidding me? This is the audacity.
I agree. I agree that it is. The audacity is crazy. It is a. Sorry for any language that may offend you, but it is a bitch move by the Ravens to do this against the Browns in this game. I want the Browns to go get, and he's going to make an appearance later on this slideshow. I want the Browns to go get Steve Everett, former Cleveland Brown, that wore the Browns bandana when he played for the Ravens. I think he should be on the sideline for the Browns. I will take the Ravens in this game. Give me the Browns their first loss of the year. I just don't think the Browns are going into Baltimore and beating the Ravens. But I hope you guys are right. But give me a loss for the Cleveland Browns. So 3 of us have the Browns at 2-0 after Week 2. Let's see what happens in the next game, because the team that made the biggest splash of the offseason comes in to Cleveland, the Green Bay Packers, and their new
that's a great picture.
I know. Their new shiny toy, Micah Parsons, who should be kind of Cleveland Browns fans, one of their favorite players that doesn't play for the Browns, because, man, Micah Parsons only says good things about the Browns, especially Myles Garrett. But they're going to be able to kind of show him off a really powerful offense, what should be a really good defense. The Green Bay Packers come to town. Camryn, how do you see it?
Well, Micah did say Cleveland is Cleveland, so not all good things.
Okay.
You can't really like him. I don't think you can like him, especially now. He's a Packer. He went from Cowboys to Packer. I know. just what a weird, wild time. No, I think a little bit back down to earth here. I don't have the Browns winning this one. I think the Packers take this one away. Micah Parsons is gonna, I think, be dominant with them. I think the Packers obviously are a strong team, and it won't be any different in this one. I think they're gonna come in, steal a win.
Yeah, I think the Browns. I think so too. I think the Browns' passing game is predicated on the run game, and the Packers have, well, especially now with Micah, have a great front seven, a great run defense, suspect passing defense, but a great run defense, and I think they're going to shut it down. Packers win.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Yeah,
you could just end it. I don't like it.
Give me the Packers.
All right, we're all taking the Packers in this one. I got the Packers as well. I just think they're a very polished team. I think maybe they're getting a little bit overrated based on one move.
You said they're a polished team?
The Packers? Yes,
polished?
I do think. I think they're a polished team. I think they're polished offensively and defensively, and I think the Browns are going to struggle with them. And I don't know. I don't see it. I don't see the Browns beating the Packers in that week. So the Packers, tough game. We all have them losing. Camryn, it doesn't get easier because a team that's going to be, again, one of the favorites to come out of the NFC to go to the Super Bowl, even though it didn't happen for them last year, the Detroit Lions, the Browns have to go on the road after this in this NFC North stretch that they're on early in the season. They got to go on the road, and they got to take on the Detroit Lions. Camryn, are we seeing any good glimmers of hope for the Browns against the Lions?
I mean, in this game, I don't have the Browns winning this one. I think the Lions are exactly who we think they are in terms of the threat that they pose. And I think they're going to be a high-powered offense, and it's going to be too tough to stop. Their weapons are just insane. Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, you got Sam Laporta at tight end. Like these guys, I think, are going to have really big seasons. And I think that shows up in this matchup. So I've got the Browns losing this one too. Tough one on the road. This one's going to be tough. It's loud out there in Detroit. Now that they're good.
Yeah, I think the weapons in Detroit are going to have this undermanned Browns secondary in a pretzel. I think the Detroit wins this one.
Yeah, it's easy to forget that the Lions finished the season with like a practice squad defense last year, and I think all of those guys are back.
Yes.
Minus, weapons excluded, I think their defense might be a handful for the Browns as well. Lions got this one. They're a great team.
I really like the idea of the Browns front of their defense against Jared Goff. I think they're going to be able to do a little damage in this game. And I don't think the Lions have a pretty good offensive line, but it's not excellent. And I think the Browns are legitimately going to have one of the best front sevens in football. And that's bringing in some linebackers that are either unproven or not great, but that front four is going to be amazing. I don't think they have the firepower. And you brought it up, Aiden Hutchinson back. That Lions defense is going to get after it. And I'm going to give the Browns a loss in this one as well. So that is 8 straight losses that we've given the Browns. None of us see the Browns beating the Packers or the Lions. So then the week after, we stay in the NFC North, but we do it across the pond, a 9:30 a.m. kickoff, which I actually kind of love. Joe, you're going to have to get up.
Joe's going to be sleeping.
That's going to be a 6:30 kickoff for you, pal, out there in Seattle. The Browns go to London to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Camryn.
Listen, the Vikings have had plenty of international games. They're used to going overseas and playing across the pond. The Browns haven't had one since 2017 when they played the Vikings and lost to the Vikings. I think that plays a big part into it. I like the matchup. I like there's kind of that no advantage. But I think if there's going to be an advantage, like a home field advantage, it goes to the Vikings just because they've been playing overseas more than the Browns have. They've had more games, and they're going to have more games this season. And so I'm going to give the Browns another loss. I think it's the time zone factor, the energy, the atmosphere, and just the weird vibe around playing across the sea and playing in a foreign country that the Browns aren't used to. Nobody on this team has been like super acclimated to that process. And so another one. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I think this is a close loss too. I mean, on top of what Camryn was saying, I'm also not a big believer in JJ McCarthy. So I think this is a close loss. For the Browns, I think it's a close competitive loss, but yeah, I think in the end, that Vikings defense, that veteran-laden, like really good Vikings defense is going to stop the Browns offense just enough for a close loss here in London. Are you going to that game, Camryn, or is it John going?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. All right.
We won't talk about it.
We know
Next subject.
Oh boy. Sorry.
She needs another beer. Get her another beer.
Yeah.
I want to flip on the optimism switch here. I think the Browns got a shot in this. JJ McCarthy has not played in London. Maybe they have better prep for their team members on this, but I'm just going to play a little time zone difference. I think this front line is just going to eat him up alive. Like, I think that he is not ready for this Browns team. I think that they're going to have great success against him, and I think the defense is going to tilt this game. They're going to be the reason they win. I still think that Minnesota defense is elite, and it's not going to be a high-scoring day from the offensive side, but this is like a low-scoring, like defense turnovers can win this for you kind of game.
Yeah, I'm with Joe. Give me the win here. Well, sorry, Cam. Sorry, Chad, but JJ McCarthy's in a flipping blender in this game. He has no idea how to handle the Browns defense.
It's a really good Vikings offensive line, too.
Hey, you're a really good Vikings offensive line. And
that doesn't make any sense.
The Browns would beat you, too.
That doesn't make any sense.
They're going to get after JJ McCarthy. He'll probably get flustered and try to run and use his legs. I could see Carson Schlesinger just chasing him down and tackling him all over the field. Give me the Cleveland Browns in this one. I think the Vikings score less than 10 in this game. They go less than 10, and the Cleveland Browns get a win in London, which brings us back to the AFC North. So it's been all AFC or NFC North to this point of the season. As again, this grind of the first part of the season continues, and it continues right into Aaron Rodgersville and Pittsburgh. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to host the Cleveland Browns. Camryn.
It's going to be tough because it's on the road. But the moves that the Steelers made don't move me. I know that Aaron Rodgers is a big one. Doesn't move me. And at that point of the season, who's to say what's happening? I'm taking the Browns. I think they're going to bounce back. They can't lose any more games. Joe Flacco knows that. Maybe it's Joe Flacco. Maybe it's somebody else. But at this point, probably Joe Flacco still. And I think he's on a mission to get a win, and they get this one.
The Steelers are I don't know what to make of the Steelers. Every time I think they're going to be bad or like decent, they always just grind out wins, right? Like, I don't know what version of Aaron Rodgers is going to show up. Is he going to be like the guy who can just throw darts to DK Metcalf, or is he going to be the guy that we saw in New York in the Jets? Like, I mean, he's motivated, but like, yeah, just give me the Browns because, I mean, this isn't going to be a blowout. This is going to be, I mean, these games are always grinded out type of games. But, yeah, give me the Browns in a close one.
Joe, real quick, win or loss?
Yeah, I'm going loss. The Steelers give me the ick. I hate them. It just doesn't feel like we're going to bounce back after a London trip immediately going into week 6 into Pittsburgh. I don't like it. So, yeah, I'll take a loss here.
Yeah, listen, I hate the Steelers with everything about myself. I hate Aaron Rodgers. He's my least favorite player. I do think the Browns are going to get after him, but man, if there's a guy that understands how to handle pressure, Aaron Rodgers understands how to handle it. And I think going in, it was my exact same thought, Joe. Off the London trip, give me Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh. And I hate to say it, but I'll give the Browns a loss here. Which then brings us back home, a team that you would much rather see in Cleveland later in the year. Instead, we get him in October. It is, look at this guy. Look at this freaking guy.
Man, the edibles this guy is on right now.
Oh, yes. Former Cleveland Browns assistant coach and his Miami Dolphins come into Cleveland in October. Camryn, how do you see it going?
Listen, I know that you're like, oh, I wish they was here. I wish they were here in cold weather because they're not used to playing. And it doesn't matter anymore. Weather is not a factor. The Saints came in here Christmas Eve. It was negative 28 degrees. It was cold, and they won. And they beat the Browns.
That's true.
Weather doesn't play a factor. So you know what? That said, I wasn't going to give the Browns a win. I'm going to give them a win now, just for that, because weather doesn't matter.
I did that.
Everything surrounding the Dolphins right now is just like bad vibes. I don't know. He's just Mike McDaniel looks like he's checked out. Like Devin, A-Chain. That nailed it. Is always injured. Tyreek feels like he wants out. I'm going to give the Browns a win here. Like this feels like a Dolphins team that's just in disarray, and I expect it to be nothing less than that when they come to Cleveland. So yeah, give the Browns a win here.
I'm going to run under the assumption that they're not in complete disarray at this point in the season, because I think that, it's early enough where they're not thrown in the towel. I think it's going to be a bit of a shootout, and I think Miami wins this one, unfortunately.
Yeah, I've got Miami be just a little too much for a. Right now, I don't trust anybody outside of Newsome and Ward as far as cornerbacks go, and I think Miami's just got a little too much firepower on that side of the ball. If Tua's healthy, I'm going to give the Browns a loss here as well. And so we've got Chad and Camryn with wins, Joe and I with losses, and that takes us on a little road trip to the AFC East, and it starts up there in the Boston area with this guy, former Browns assistant, local Ohio legend, Mike Vrabel, the new head coach of the New England Patriots, where he was a star player. New England, Cleveland. Camryn, this is a New England team that a lot of people are hyping up this offseason. How do you see this game?
Oh, the Browns do not fare well playing at Gillette Stadium. It just doesn't happen.
Well,
it's not a great combo, the Browns and New England. And I don't think that changes now. I personally am not on the hype train, but I see the hype around him. I think that there's a lot of love for Drake May going around, and I think that shows up. And I am going to give the Browns a loss in this one. I don't think they can snap this weird aura of losing in that stadium.
Yeah, give me a loss. The same. I mean, I agree. I think Mike Vrabel always has his teams ready to play, and up there in New England, I mean, if Drake May has a good chance to evolve even more because they surrounded him with some nice weapons, and there's Christian Barmore over there on defense. I don't know. Mike Vrabel always has his teams prepared, and I think the Patriots win this one.
I feel like I love Mike Vrabel, and I feel like I'm starting to like the Patriots again as a team. Enough time has passed. But I just feel like the Browns go in here and just kick some ass. I don't know why. I just feel like they have the better defense. I feel like we can be competitive on the offensive side of the ball. Let's break the curse this time. Give me the Browns.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. I think the leadership on the offense with Joe Flacco, I think getting back to the Kevin Stefanski, assuming guys are healthy, which again, that's the big if here when we do the schedule game, is we don't know what the rosters are even going to look like at this point. But assuming two healthy rosters going up against each other, I think the Browns defense is better than the Patriots defense. I think the Browns offense is better than the Patriots offense. And give me the Cleveland Browns. To maybe surprise you, Camryn, getting a win up in Gillette Stadium, I'll take that. I'll take that for the Cleveland Browns, which then moves them down to New Jersey. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It moves us to the bye week.
Oh, God.
And I think we can all just assume that this is what the bye week looks like for the Cleveland Browns.
Okay.
Whatever happens to the Browns, it's a win because I think I'm going to take the bye week and take a little trip. So
nice. Where are you going to go, Camryn?
I don't know, somewhere warm. Good. We're working on planning that right now. I haven't decided, but I will be taking the bye week, and so it's a win for me.
Okay. All right.
Chalk it up. Camryn's 1-0. Bam. Then out of the bye week, the last time Joe Flacco on the Browns played the New York Jets, it was that really kind of fun Thursday night game where Flacco, even though he threw picks and pick sixes and all that stuff, also just made the plays to get the Browns a victory. Browns in New Jersey to play the Jets. Camryn.
Oof. Well, I mean, if there's a game that the Browns should win, it's this one. And I don't care what happens. At this point of the season, anything could be going on in the quarterback room. You're coming off a bye. Depending on how the season actually goes, not just our game, there might be somebody else under center at that point. Regardless of who is in there, The Jets are somehow more dysfunctional than any other team, and I don't think that has changed. I don't think that will change. I think this is a really nice way to come out of the bye on a really strong note where the season, the strength of schedule gets much easier. Started off on a good note. The Browns take this one.
Yeah, I think the Browns take this one for sure. I don't really have a whole lot to add to that. I think Malik Collins points to Jets fans and says "F you," a la Michael Clemens in the last game. He's like,
"That was the best." That's the best video of all time, by the way.
It is the best. And yeah, the Browns win this one coming out of the bye week.
As you were saying, Cameron, like coming out of the bye week and coming out strong against the Jets, on paper, this is like the perfect matchup out of the bye week. I was just thinking, when is the last time the Browns have actually won out of the bye week? And I can't remember. Like, I think they've lost at least the past 5 seasons out of the bye week.
It's a trend.
It's a trend.
Break it. Trends are meant to be broken.
We're breaking trends, though. We're breaking trends this year. Yeah. I hate the Jets. They suck. Give me the Browns.
Hating the Jets. They suck. We all take the Browns in New York or Jersey against the Jets. So just real quickly, as we are just a little over halfway through the schedule, Cameron, Chad, and Joe, you've all got the Cleveland Browns at 5-4 at this point. And I think after that first stretch of games, that first 6, if that's how things look, a lot of people are going to be really happy. I've got the Browns at 4-5 at this point, and I would still be pretty happy through that first stretch of games if they're sitting at 4-5. Feeling like they're still right in it and contending. So that's where we're at right now. And then we come home, and it doesn't get easy for at least this first game because we come home after everybody got mad at him the first time around. It's time to come back to the AFC North, and it's time. There he is right there. Look at that. That's so beautiful. Let's go. God, I love that guy.
What is that guy doing now? Cameron, can you track him down?
Yeah, right.
Sexy, what I can do.
Yeah.
Somewhere he's got waders on and he's knee deep in a river, just like fly fishing or something. That's what this dude's doing.
Yeah.
It's Browns Ravens number 2 at home now for Cleveland. Let's see how you guys think it's going to go.
I had the Browns spite winning on the road, but I don't know that hate carries over to this one. And I think the Ravens bounce back against them and they take the win at Huntington Bank Field. The Browns lose this one.
Yeah. I think it's a close game for starters. Lamar goes and takes a dump, comes back out, and he's going to win this one. He's going to come back refreshed and win this game for the Ravens.
Yeah, I don't know what order the Browns are split in the series with the Ravens this year, but in light of that, we'll take the L here.
I also think the Browns are going to split the series with the Ravens, so give me the Browns win at home against Baltimore. Yeah, I don't have a lot to go on. I just think the way the Browns have played the Ravens, even recently when they've been bad, they still play them solid, at least one game out of the year. So give me the split. Give me Joe Flacco.
The quarterback knows that they're starting more than 6 hours before the game. They do pretty good.
Yes, agreed. So out of that Baltimore game, then they go out west to Vegas, which is another one of those teams that hasn't been real. Like, I feel like every time they play the Raiders, I feel like they're going to smoke the Raiders, and the Raiders always win. But they go out there to Vegas to play the Raiders. How do you guys see it going, Camryn?
This is a game that makes everybody mad. Because like you said, Browns should beat the Raiders. This game should be a win. But for some reason, there's just this energy about that team that makes it impossible. And I don't think it changes. I think that loss from the Ravens carries over. They think they're going to go in strong. Playing in Vegas, they don't. Browns lose this one. And it's a painful one because you're on paper, you're like, why won't you win? But they
come on, win.
Yeah.
Please do something.
Hey, do football.
I'm just gonna do mine now because I completely agree with you. I
completely agree.
They're not going out there and winning. Give me the loss.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
We're already. It hasn't even happened yet, and we're all pissed off about it at this point.
I can give you so many reasons why they should with this game, but it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, totally agree. So we'll just take all the losses there, and we'll move on and get this stupid team off the screen. All right, then come home against the San Francisco 49ers. A very fun game 2 years ago. with a missed field goal where the Browns beat the Niners, even though the Niners were like the best team in football at the time. Now the San Francisco 49ers, a much different looking football team at this point, are going to come back to Cleveland. How do you see it going, Camryn?
There's no PJ Walker to save the team this time.
Oh,
damn it.
PJ.
I'm kidding, but I am not kidding about I think the Browns lose this one. I think the 49ers, that last win the Browns had over I mean, that was a statement win. That was crazy. And they felt that one. I know that had to sting. Their flight back to San Francisco was not a fun one. I don't think they relived out. I think they come in and they win this one. They're a high-powered team, and not the Browns. I think that they have enough weapons to make it a game, but I think the 49ers, one, are going off of the sting of the last one, and two, I just think that they're a little bit more high-powered in this scenario. And again, at this point of the season, we have no idea who is going to be out there for the Browns, what that scenario looks like. And I can't give the Browns a win in that scenario, not knowing what it might look like at quarterback, which players might, it's too dicey. So unfortunately, the 49ers got to give it to them.
Where are you, PJ? No. Yeah, revenge game for the Niners. I think if they're healthy, they win.
Yeah. I really want the Browns to win this game, but I just don't see it. I think Brock Purdy is just going to be an absolute stud this year. You're going to have a healthy Ayuk at this point of the season. This is going to be their defense is still. It's going to be a very challenging team for the Browns. I'll take the Niners here.
Give me the Cleveland Browns in this game. What are we talking about? The 49ers they stink.
What are you talking about? What are you giving the ick face? You're like, the 49ers. You're picking this game to give the ick face to?
That defense will be all right for the 49ers. It'll be an all right defense. That offense is trash. They're not going to do anything. It is going to be a mid-level offense, and the Cleveland Browns are going to eat them alive like they did defensively 2 years ago when it was a much better offense than it's going to be coming into this game. Please give me the Cleveland Browns at home against the 49ers. I'll take the win.
All right.
Joe.
Going to have to knock out Trent Williams and Christian McCaffrey again to get the win.
Just real quick, Myles Garrett's never really had a big issue with Trent Williams. Anyways, let's bring it to your old hometown, even though it's going to be in Cleveland. Number 1 overall pick, Cam Ward, the Tennessee Titans, coming into Cleveland. Camryn.
Give the Browns a win in this one. I think that they're going to be figuring things out a lot with Cam, and I think that he's going to be a really strong staple of their franchise, but he's a rookie, and I think there's learning curves, and you know what? And what I think that there's a little animosity, even if he's not on the field, probably not, but Shedeur Sanders, if he's on this team, which I can't imagine why he wouldn't be at that point, Cam Ward goes number 1, and then Shedeur falls to 5. Maybe he gets the team rallied for him. Maybe there's that it's not revenge, but there's always a little. I think there's always going to be a little bit of beef between those two, even if it's manufactured in the media. So give me a Browns win here and a spite win for Shedeur, justice for Shedeur in the draft process.
Yeah, Browns are going to kick the shit out of the Titans.
Justice. I saw what you did there. I saw the play. You did it.
Yeah, Browns are going to kick the shit out of the Titans. Like, it's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Titans are a bad football team.
Yeah. Took the words right out of my mouth, Chad. I was going to say the Titans are dog shit. Cam Ward is going to be a great talent in this league. He's going to learn a lot of lessons in his first season. None more important than what it feels like to have Myles Garrett chasing him down and tackling him to the ground, which will happen 2 to 3 times in this game. So give me the Browns.
Trash. The Tennessee Trash Titans. Get out of here. Get out of my face. You're not coming into Cleveland and getting a victory. We'll all take wins in this game. That's an easy one. Then they go on the road. Soldier Field, a place that's special to Chad's heart.
Ooh.
And the Cleveland Browns take on the Chicago Bears. Lots of young talent on the Chicago Bears. How do we see this going, Camryn?
Lots of young talent, but I'm not convinced. Well, what's Caleb Williams going to do? Who's to say? I'm I'm not really sold on the Chicago Bears. And so therefore, I think that, again, it's a strong defensive effort. I think any offensive weapons they have are covered. And I have not mentioned him at any point of these wins, though. I think one of the big factors for the Cleveland Browns defense, it's not just Myles Garrett. We talk about him all the time, that defensive line being a strong staple. But the linebacker core, as many questions as there were at the depth, I need to put it on the record. I think Carson Schlesinger is going to be the second most impactful defensive player for the Cleveland Browns in 2025. And I think that shows up throughout the season, also here, all throughout the wins. I think he's going to be a big piece. And I just wanted to put that on the record so people know he's my one to watch. Browns win.
What's Chad doing?
He's sneezing.
Is he sneezing? Oh, sorry, Chad. Sneezing.
You good?
You good? You okay?
Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry. Give me the Bears. give me the Bears, guys. I am a big believer in Ben Johnson. I'm a big believer in in the moves that they made this offseason between Grady Jarrett along that defensive line and all the upgrades they made on the interior defensive line. He's reuniting with DeAndre Swift. He knows how to use him. I think he's going to scheme up a lot of plays. Granted, he's going to need to give Caleb time. Caleb is going to be the X factor here. How is he going to develop? How is he going to play? But I'm a big believer in what Ben Johnson is doing and what the Chicago Bears have done this offseason. Give me the Bears.
It kind of feels like a little make or break for some of the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams in figuring out this season. And I just feel like they're not going to be the best sells at this late in the season. I think they have an incredibly tough division. They're going to be pretty worn down. I think the Browns sneak in a win here. I think this will be a very close game now, but I think the Browns take this one.
Yeah, give me the Browns. I want to I always want to root for Caleb Williams because I hate the people that root against him, to be honest with you. Like, they're like, oh, he paints his fingernails, so I hate him. Like, shut up. You sound dumb. So I want to root for Caleb, but nah, you're not gonna beat the Cleveland Browns. They're gonna come in there defensively. They're gonna do what they do. And DeAndre Swift, you might get reunited with Ben Johnson, but you weren't good when you were with him the first time. You're not going to be good when you're with them.
Not true at all. That's not true at all.
So give me the Browns. Give me the Browns.
It's not what you said.
Shut up, Chad. Give me the Browns. All right. Here comes the Buffalo Bills, and it's been a long time since this picture was taken. But the Buffalo Bills come to Cleveland. We're getting towards the last 3 games of the season. Camryn, Buffalo, Cleveland, in Cleveland.
I don't like this game. It's going to be bad. It's going to hurt. The Bills are really good. I think it's going to hurt. It's going to sting to watch this one, and the Bills take it. I mean, I can go in and explain. We know who Josh Allen is. We know what their offense looks like. We know at this point of the season, there's a very good shot that they're playing for something, if not securing things as we speak. And so I can't give it to the Browns. I just can't. I would love to. Can't.
Chad, are you or Joe, are either one of you going to take the Browns here?
No, but like the only thing I have to add to that is I feel like this is going to be like the ugliest, like most dominant looking 20-8 win like we've ever seen in our lives. Like I don't know. I don't think this is going to be like super high scoring, but I also feel it also feels like a lower scoring game that the Browns are just going to feel like they were never in.
I'm going to be a little silly here.
Uh-oh, get silly.
Trap game.
Oh,
it's a trap game for the Bills. They got the Eagles the next week, defending Super Bowl champs. They're not going to prep well enough for the Browns. Are you kidding me? Give me the Browns.
Damn.
The wildest upset of the season.
That would be the greatest week. That would be the world's, I don't know. Since Colt McCoy beat the Patriots, I think that would be the greatest victory since then.
And right before Christmas, what a gift that would be.
Right?
God,
everybody's happy. Minus Josh and Haley, but it's fine.
It's fine. It's all good. All right, 2 games left. They're both division games. Home against this fella and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know it's the wrong uniform, but there's no one of this picture in Pittsburgh, and I will always use this picture for this asshole that plays quarterback now for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Camryn, home against the Steelers.
Will Aaron Rodgers be playing quarterback at this point of the season? Like, does he still have it at this point? I don't know.
Will he even know where he's at this point?
I don't know.
Is he going to be in ashwagandha in South America?
Could be. He could be in ashwagandha at Huntington Bank Field. We don't know. Who's to say? I gave the Browns a win over the Steelers, and I don't think the Browns sweep the Steelers. So unfortunately, As much as I despise all of this on my screen right now, no, I can't. I got to give the Steelers the win, and it's going to be painful. It hurts me right now to say it, but I don't think there's a snowball part 2 this year. Maybe I'm wrong, but it would be cool. But I can't give the Browns the sweep of the Steelers because I do think like it's going to be a competitive season between the two of them. So because I already gave them a win, that's the reason why I'm giving them the loss here.
Fair.
He's gonna have hash brownies for breakfast, and he's just gonna have like an all-pro game. Aaron Rodgers, take the Steelers.
Yeah, I don't think the Browns are gonna win a game against the Steelers this year, and it's like the perfect storm of just like we think we can beat them this year, but like no, it's just not gonna happen. And like until the Browns can prove they can like be really competitive against the Steelers, I just feel like we're gonna lose to them every time, and I hate that. But give me the loss here.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Browns win. The Browns are going to beat the Steelers at home in this game. I did the same thing you guys did. I just reversed it. Well, not you, Joe, but you and Chad, you and Camryn. I took the loss the first time around. I think the Browns are going to split with the Steelers. And so go ahead and give me the win here at home late in the season. And again, I think if you saw where our records were at this point, it would be a very, very meaningful game for the Cleveland Browns. And so give me that meaningful game at home against the Steelers, which means we're all getting ready to wrap up the season on the road against the Kentucky Bengals and Week 18. And Camryn, how do you feel like the last game of the season go? Let's just assume there's health. Let's assume health.
Fair. Okay. Well, I don't necessarily think that my schedule number of wins right now reflects what I predicted off of going through the list, but I don't care about that. We're going through the list. Probably a little bit higher than I would have anticipated, but give the Browns a win. They're taking it. The Bengals, we're back to dominance. Like Cleveland is back to dominance over that city in Kentucky. So Browns all day.
Yeah. Sweeping the Bengals. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, 100%. Myles Garrett's going to get some quality time with his son in Cincinnati, which is always exciting. So give me the Browns here.
All right, so let me just hold on. Let me math really quickly. 2, 3.
What's your pick?
Oh, Browns. Yeah, easy. Browns.
Oh yeah.
At the end of the year, again.
Easy.
Now we're competing. So give me the Browns competing, and I will take that at the end of the year in Cincinnati, at home, whatever. I wanted to have the Browns going 3-3 against the division. And what I wound up doing is having them go 4-2 because I just think that game at the end of the year the Browns can get. So let me just math this thing up really quick.
No,
and
right.
It's not quite what it's been in the past, friends.
Okay.
Where Chad has the Browns.
Okay.
Where Chad has the Browns going 17-0. It's not quite.
Yeah, that was fun.
But I said at the end of the first half, basically after the Jets game, I had the Browns at 4-5, and you guys all had the Browns at 5-4. I was much friendlier to the Cleveland Browns in the second half of the season than any of you were. You guys, Camryn and Chad, you guys had the Browns winning. Camryn, you had them winning 3 games in the second half. Chad, you had them winning 2.
Nice.
In the second half of the season. So,
Nice.
Chad, you've got the worst record prediction at 7-10.
Perfect. That's exactly what I thought.
I think is super realistic, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like, I actually think our range of outcomes here is very realistic for this team if they stay healthy. You had them at 7-10. I'll go to the other end of that. I had the worst record in the first half. I had them going 6-2 in the second half of the season because I think it's feasible. I have them going 10-7 this year, and that's honestly how I think this season could go. If they could survive that first part of the year, 10-7, I think is in play. I think this team is much more like the 2023 team than they are the 2024 team, and I think that is on display right from the start. And so I've got them going 10-7. Joe, you had a very even 4-4 on the back half of the year, so you got them at 9-8.
Okay.
Which I think is very feasible.
I was worried that you're going in order of like lowest to highest wins, and I was like, no way I gave them more than 10 wins.
No, I'm just giving Camryn the last word because she's our special guest. And God, Camryn, I promised you that this was going to be shorter, and then it's just never shorter. I don't know.
We have too much fun for it.
We do.
I don't know how to shorten this, and I've spent a week trying to figure it out, and we just haven't done it.
It is shorter.
It is a little shorter. Camryn, you had them going 2-5, or I'm sorry, 3-5. Sorry, 3-5 the back half of the year, finishing at 8-9. Give me your thoughts on how that all played out.
Yeah, I think that the bottom line for the Browns this season should be 6 wins. I think that's a bounce back from 3-14 with a realistic expectation that you are still building back and figuring out your offense and doing all of that. So 6 wins to me is the bar. That's where my mind is going. If they win 6 games, I'm not upset with how the season went. Obviously, you want more wins. But, I mean, Jimmy Haslam, the owner of the team, Jimmy and D, at their press conference said, you don't go from 3-14 to 14-3 overnight. If I had a little Southern accent, that's not on purpose.
That was really good. That was great.
That's good. That was great.
So they're being realistic about this process. They know that they have a lot of room to grow from, they went all in on Deshaun Watson, and they've addressed the elephant in the room. It didn't work out. Now you have to find a way to get around that, move past it. It's not going to happen overnight. So if you go from 3-14 to 6 wins, that's a milestone. Now, I think 7 wins, 8 wins is what I had. I thought I was going to pick 7. I had to give them 8 wins. I think that's a really wow, they're really on track. And anything more than that is a gift. Like that is like they're progressing far quicker than we anticipated. And I do think it's possible. Like I like those 10 wins. I like 9 wins because I do think that there are pieces on this team that make it possible. I think the defense is going to be remarkable again. And I mean that. I think a big part of it, of the struggles last year, was the burnout of constantly being out there. And no matter what happens with this offense, I think it will be better than the product that was Deshaun Watson and the carousel that followed after. And so I don't think the defense is going to be as burned out. And I think they're going to get back to their dominant ways, which to me, I think that can lead the team to wins. That's more important. We always talk about offense and can they score it up? I think the defense shutting teams down enough can squeak you out some wins here. And so I do think that the higher level of wins is super possible. And it's just, there's so much uncertainty. I think we all had 11 or maybe more wins last year.
17, I think, right?
I would not. I don't subscribe to that. I never thought that they were going to win 17. And that's on you.
Silly me.
But I do think that the optimism from last year was reflective of the magic season they had in 2023, and I think they get back to that a little bit, which makes it more feasible to get wins. And so I'm never going to count the Browns out with this regime, with this concept that they have of how they want to move forward. I do think they have a good plan. You can't. I mean, you can fault them to a point. There you go. That is very true. Well, maybe. What if it's week 18? That's what if it's
Joe Sanders? Let's go.
Joe Sanders.
Joe Gabriel.
Who's to say who's under center there? I think that this Brown season could go in so many different ways, and it's so much harder to tell. We were going off the optimism of 2023 and really the basis of a foundation that this Browns front office and coaching staff and the continuity that they've created has built. And I think that we get back to that. And I think the additions they made on offense with Tommy Rees as offensive coordinator, Mike Bloomgren at the offensive line, it's going back, it's shifting back to the 2023 identity that works. And I think we see that. So my realistic brain wants to say, I don't want to go too ahead of myself. So I'm giving 6, 7, 8 wins. Yes. Is 9, 10 wins possible? I do think so. Would 11 wins shock me? Yes, but I would be here for it all day. There are pieces in place for this team to have success. It's just how quickly do they come together? How quickly do they gel? And how fast can this Browns team turn it around? But I do think they're on the right track to do it.
And I think it's such a part of that story is going to be, it's such an interesting mix on this roster of veteran leadership that want to win now. They want to win football games, trying to elevate young guys. So is Harold Fannin going to be the player we're all excited and think he can be? Because if he is, that's going to help them win. is Carson Schlesinger. Don't take this the wrong way, because I am having these dreams that JOK is back next year, and we get these two dudes next to each other that are just the two of the top best linebackers in football, and we just roll. But is Carson Schlesinger going to make us feel like, okay, we can get by if JOK is never going to be okay again to play football? Because I think that's a possible thing. If this stuff comes, if some of these young guys, can Isaiah Bond be an actual contributor speed guy for this team? If some of this stuff comes true, if some of these veterans can pull some of these young guys up, and we didn't even say Mason Graham, the 5th pick in the draft, if he's dominant, the Browns can win some football games this year. The Browns can win some football games. So listen, that's the schedule game. Again, the worst outcome was from Chad, 7-10, which was better than I thought he was going to do, because Chad has been pouting about the Browns for months now.
Stop it. I haven't been pouting.
And he had him winning 7 games. That's great. Cameron, you had him 8-9. Joe, you had him 9-8. I had him at 10-7. Cameron, this is just our favorite. This is our favorite. We love doing this with you, and we love 5 years. This is our 5th anniversary of doing this with you, and we appreciate the fact that you come on and do it. And I'm telling you, circle it next year, because we're going to ask you again. And we love doing it with you. We appreciate you. Congrats on all the accolades that you continue to win year in and year out. It's well-deserved. Cameron, we love that you're a friend of the show. We appreciate you for coming on. And we can't wait to watch all of your coverage of the Browns all season long.
I appreciate you guys for having me on. Again, let's make it 6. Can't wait for next year. We didn't circle back last year, and I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful for
that. We couldn't
because I didn't want to go over my picks. I didn't want to see all the ways I was wrong. But if we're trending in the right direction,
I think I feel 17-0. I don't want to circle back either, Cameron.
I like that. A circle back contingent on success of the
Browns. On our end. If things are going really well, let's come back to this. I'll be on a beach somewhere, maybe the bye week. We can schedule that in, and we'll have a great time. But no matter what, I think, guys, this is so much fun. I'm hoping that it's a little bit more like Mike, your pick. Let's go higher in the wins. But regardless, I have so much fun covering this team. I have so much fun coming on with you guys and doing the schedule game. Fingers crossed that they do better than my record.
Hey, we agree, but nothing's going to do better than your coverage of the Browns. So we appreciate you. We'll talk to you. Maybe if we're all looking good, we'll talk to you during the season. Okay.
I like it.
Okay. All right. See you, Cameron.
Bye, guys.
See you, Cameron.
Camryn Justice from Channel 5. I promised her that we were going to do that in 40 minutes.
We did an hour. And that's better than the hour and a half.
It felt quicker.
It felt so fast.
Yeah.
But she's awesome, and she brings a tremendous insight for the Browns. And again, she's earned every award and all the praise that she gets, and she deserves all of it. So that's it, boys. That's the Browns schedule game. I like where we all listen. In the end, whether it's 7-10 or 10-7, I think if the Browns wind up at either of those locations or anywhere in between those, I think we can all look at the Browns season and go, okay, all right, they've bounced back from 3-14. And if they wind up in that range, I'm going to be all right with it. I'm going to be all right with it, barring some kind of disaster, barring them starting the season 6-1 and finishing 7-10. I'm going to be okay with those outcomes.
Man, so they'll be 13-11.
Correct. No.
Okay.
I didn't mean finish. I mean finishing the season 7-10. You idiot. Finish it.
I couldn't help myself.
You're so dumb.
I had to get you back for that stupid fucking comment you
with
said.
Playoffs and a couple exhibition games in there, sure.
Yeah, why not?
You're the dumbest guy. All right. I do have some other things I want to talk about, so let's just jump into our asshole of the week before we get into a little college football. But I'm going to lead us off because I don't want either one of you stealing this because it's mine. This is mine, this asshole of the week. It's all mine. It is an eternal asshole of the week. It is my forever asshole of the week. If I had to get married to an asshole of the week, this would be the one I would be married to.
Oh, God.
Quick pause before you get to it. We should do an asshole of the week segment that talks about all of the greatest assholes of the week of all time. Not greatest, because that's like there's some really bad people there, but like we should do a little compare and contrast of like who's the biggest asshole of our perennial assholes of the week. Sorry.
Ooh, like a bracket of assholes.
Cool. Let me give you the 1 seed. It's Johnny fucking Manziel. There's your 1 seed in the bracket. What an asshole. What an asshole. This guy is the 1 seed in the bracket. This douchebag. I don't know why places that try to have credibility continue to have, like, Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco. Why are you having this dude on? You're trying to have credibility to show. Why is Johnny Manziel showing up with a Hall of Fame player and a kick-ass wide receiver to talk football? This guy is a bitch. Johnny Manziel goes on to this show and proceeds to feel like he has the stones to be like, I think maybe one day I'll forgive Cleveland and I'll turn the page. But nope, I'm not gonna. I hate them and I want them to go. Oh, he said 0-16 like an idiot. 0-17 is probably what he meant. But the cocaine has warped his brain. Swiss cheese brain over there. He snorts coke up his nose and it has so many holes to float through in his brain that it doesn't even know where to go at this point. This cokehead who beats up his girlfriend and throws her out of the car and whatever. What an idiot. Acting like it wasn't Cleveland that gave him a chance. Acting like a bunch of other teams didn't pass on him. And it was Cleveland that gave him a chance. And then it was Cleveland, and it was the fans of Cleveland that pressured the organization to, like, play this guy, even though he stunk. He was terrible. Congrats, Johnny. Congrats. You're known more for the meme of you laying in the Bills' end zone flattened out than you are for anything positive you ever did on the football field. Enjoy your Heisman, because not only are you an embarrassment to my NFL football team, you're an embarrassment to my college football team. You're a piece of trash, and you can stick your opinions on Cleveland right up your ass. You're an asshole. You're the eternal asshole of the week forever, and that's mine. Go ahead, you two.
Have you seen this show, Special Forces?
Yeah, he's going to be on it.
He's going to be on it. It's like a literal like military boot camp show that they bring celebrities onto, and they put them through like horrible like drill situations.
Cool. I hope he falls off a mountain.
So if you want to watch him suffer a little bit, you can watch that show.
Idiot.
I'll go. I had 3. I forgot the third one, so I'm just going to go 2 here. Number 1, give me Fremar Valdez.
Yep.
For crossing up his catcher after his catcher had asked him to go off the mound because the pitch clock was winding down and he was going to throw a meatball. He's like, hey, catcher was like, back off the mound, reset. We got to redo this. And he proceeds to throw a home run pitch. I forget who they were playing. The next pitch, though, he crossed up his catcher and hit him. Just like a low class, like shitty move. Like that's petty and see you later, Mike. But like, that's really unfortunate. Weird to see like inter team battles like that, I guess.
Yeah.
But
yep. That was different. That's a first for me. I've never seen that before.
Yeah, and like, you know, how often do you see a catcher like crossed up on a pitch like that? Like
never.
He denied it. But there's something there for sure.
Yeah. There's some animosity there. What's your other one?
The second one is the fantasy football draft recap analysis grades that get sent out after a fantasy football. Those can fuck right off. Those are the worst, man. I tell you what. Well, all right.
Okay.
I say this because I got seasoned both of mine. Because
whoa.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not good.
Right.
Not good.
I'm just pissed about your own grade.
Yeah, I am. And I'm like a little pissed about my draft too. I just did a draft a couple hours ago. I picked a kicker in like the 11th round. It was not good.
Holy shit.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad news bears. But you don't know me. You don't know my team, what they can do, what they're capable of. So don't give me some bullshit C grade going into the season. We're going to be all-stars, man. We're going to be a playoff bracket. You're going to give me a C going into the season?
Oh, dude, you talking shit already?
Give me a C on this. Come on.
Well, listen. I mean, after Jahmyr Gibbs, I mean, what else did you pick? I don't even know who you
got
picked.
Jahmyr and Saquon in our league.
Oh shit!
Because Jahmyr is my keeper. I got him in the 4th round last year. I spent a 2nd round pick to keep him. So like, who cares who I put below them? Like, yeah, no carry.
I've got the 2 best.
I got the 2. I have no wide receivers. Questionable tight end. Great flex options. I got Josh Allen.
Look at you talking through this, and you're wondering why you got a C.
It's it's gonna be totally fine.
Everything's gonna be
fine. Can't you tell? I'm so confident in this.
Oh God.
But screw those grades. They mean nothing. They're bullshit. Don't even send them to me.
Yeah,
I did great.
Well, I have 2 as well. My first one is Lou Holtz because he just can't say anything good about Ohio State. He continues to not say anything good.
Do it, Chad. Do it.
Do what? I tell you what. This Ryan Day. He's a good football coach, but I wrote him a congratulations letter after the national championship. But he's his old man. He could doesn't have to respond to me if he doesn't want to. Fuck you, Lou Holtz. This stupid list. Take it out of here.
Good. It's so good.
Take it
What
out
do you
of
say
here.
about Ohio State?
They just can't give Ohio State any credit. I don't think they're a good football team. There's just, I don't think the defense played that. The defense played very well, but that quarterback's okay. No, yeah, he's not. He's an asshole. He's an asshole.
Sorry.
Give
Did you
some
watch
credit.
the game?
Give some credit. All right. That defense.
asshole.
We'll talk about it in a minute. That defense had Arch in a pretzel. And then the other one is just, I don't know. It's just. Maybe it's not asshole, but I just don't understand why people. I do understand why people give it the time of day, but I don't understand. At the same time, I don't understand why people give trolls like Johnny fucking Manziel the time of day. If you didn't react to him, he would go away. His spotlight would fade, much like his NFL and Canadian Football League career.
Right.
It would fade. Don't react to him. I know it's hard not to because we all want likes on social media. We all want it. That's what we're all after. Whenever we do react to something, we're all likes. But man, if you would just find the urge to just not react, he would go away.
It's not. I don't know. For me, it's not the people that react. It's why? Why is Chad Ochocinco and Shannon Sharp having this dude on their show?
Don't give him a platform.
As if he's an equal. As if he's a peer.
Yeah.
As if he's like, why are they interviewing him?
And Chad and Ochocinco was like, I'm not. He's even tweeted out, I'm not one to blame the city. Like, I love Cleveland. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the guy's an asshole. I don't want to get going again. All right, those are our assholes of the week. Let us know who yours is, and we will post it up on the screen. All right. Last segment before we do our cheers, but I do want to talk about this, boys, because it's timely and it was awesome. Guys, college football is officially back.
Yes. Yes.
And I want to tell you about my day on Saturday because I went to the Texas-Ohio State game.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the Horseshoe, and I almost want to take back everything I've ever said about the Horseshoe. And I know you were there too, Chad, but you were working.
Yeah.
I've said it a bunch of times on the Horseshoe, Michigan, some of the Big Ten environments. We've talked a lot about college football environments on this podcast, and I've thrown a little shade because every game that I've ever been to at Ohio State has been a very corporate, quiet, sit down and watch the game kind of environment. And maybe that's a product of the fact that Ohio State's really good, and a lot of teams they play, they just blow out, and so the games aren't even like, it's not even exciting to watch the games. But guys, my ears are still ringing from 102,000 plus at the Horseshoe and the noise that got made from the Ohio State fans in the game between number 3 Ohio State, which is now number 1 Ohio State, and number 1 Texas. It has changed my whole outlook on everything that happens at Ohio State. It was as good of a college football atmosphere as I've ever been in my life. Chad, I know you were in the truck working. I don't know how it came across to you in there. I don't know your experience with it, but in the stadium, I have to start with that. The atmosphere for the Buckeyes in the Horseshoe was as electric, elite as any college football game I've ever been to, easily.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't translate really well. I mean, we have parabolic mics out there that pick up crowd noise, and sometimes it gets piped into the truck. But I got to think it very much reminds me of if what you're talking about is I was there working the Ohio State USC game back when it was Ohio State can't beat any elite teams. Ohio State can't beat any, and I mean that team that crowd tried to will that team to win, and it was as loud as can be. So yeah, it did come across like I could see it, and I could feel it. But yeah, no, I was when I have a board of 25 cameras, I got to pay attention to. I don't totally.
I wish the parabolic mics got tied in more to the main broadcast because, like, I mean, I get it because you have announcers and stuff. You want to hear that clear, and you want the game noise and stuff. But man, Mike, when you were sending those videos of the game, like you could feel the energy through those videos. Yes, and like. Man, you could just tell like everyone was just so into the game. They're chanting, they go around to the OHIO across the different sections, and like that crowd was so in it. And it's just a difficult thing to do from a broadcast perspective, but like anything they could do to just pump more of that into feeling that at home would be awesome.
Yeah, every football fan should work the parabolic mic. Every football fan should, because you pick up audible calls, you pick up play calls, you pick up
Mason Rudolph saying racist things.
Yeah, you pick up trash talk. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
You guys want to hear a fun story? You guys want to hear a fun story?
Yep.
So I was working replay, and that Texas touchdown, it was my replay. So it was my replay review, and and the replay official gets on headset with you to tell you to fast forward, turn back, give me a different angle. But you're not supposed to say anything. But I just arbitrarily let out and it was involuntary. And I just out loud first replay I go, oh, that hit the ground. And he goes, excuse me? I go, nothing. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Whoops.
Whoops. Yeah. It did though. It did. Yeah, so great job on the cams. Yeah. You gave them everything they could have seen. That hit the ground though, and that was a bullshit call.
Well, it's part of my favorite thing about like a big game though, because I knew you guys were watching it. And Chad, you couldn't really text me, but Joe, shout out to you for texting, because there were a couple of those plays where I was like, oh shit, the Ohio State interception that got called back. I was like, oh my god, did he catch that? And then Joe, you were immediately like, no, he did not catch that. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, because
it took so long in the stadium.
Yeah.
And to be honest, the way every reaction was like, oh, that's an easy interception. Like in the stadium, like it was surprising that it wasn't
real time. It looked great.
But listen, I just have to give it its justice. I've been to games at some of the biggest college football stadiums. The SEC, I give credit to the SEC because their stadium LSU is the wildest stadium atmosphere. Texas A&M, my home stadium, wild. I'm going to tell you this. We were there with a colleague of my sister and his son, and they live in Austin, and they are Texas Longhorns. Like, he went to Texas. They are season ticket people at Texas. And when Ohio State was on defense, especially on like 3rd and 4th downs, this dude was looking at his son, and then he looked over at me at one point and was like, holy shit. Like, this is unbelievable. And so I got to give it credit because it was wild. Sean in the comments here asked, what was better, the Ohio State-Texas game or the outdoor Blue Jackets game? As far as the crowd is concerned, it was the Ohio State-Texas game.
100%.
And I left. I want to say something. I left that Blue Jackets Red Wings game with you, Chad, going, this is one of the great sporting events I've ever been to in my life.
Sure. For sure.
And it still is. But so is Ohio State, Texas.
Yeah.
It was mind-blowingly loud. I've experienced similar things at Texas A&M when we hosted Colt McCoy and the Longhorns when I was actually at school at A&M. Unbelievable atmosphere. but this was right up there. This was right up there. And I wanted to give it credit. On the field, though, guys, on the field. I think one of the big questions coming in for Ohio State was the new coordinators, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And I tried to explain this to some people coming into this year, that there's this negative thing that happens when you talk about Matt Patricia, the new defensive coordinator for the Buckeyes. And it's basically all stemming from his head coaching tenure at Detroit, which was a disaster.
Right.
But what I tried to tell people coming into this, boys, was as a defensive coach, this dude is elite, and he's always been elite at the highest level of football and everywhere he's ever been. And I'm going to tell you, outside of the fact that I am very concerned that Ohio State got basically no pass rush virtually the whole game against Arch Manning, everything else they did was gorgeous. Like, their schemes that they ran defensively were complex and devastating to that Texas Longhorns offense.
That secondary was unreal.
And you know the funny thing was? It wasn't even Caleb Downs that was the unreal player in that secondary, even though he was good.
Right.
But, like, it was all of them.
Right.
All of them.
Lockdown. He had, to Arch's credit, like, he did not have a lot of opportunities to throw the ball. And you saw in the second half, they're doing a lot more short, line of scrimmage or 5-yard passes just to get something going. But that secondary had everything, 5+ yards covered, locked down. And I agree on the pass rush. And you would expect at some point of the game, like it did in the fourth quarter, like Texas would gain some momentum, make a couple plays. But aside from that last drive, they didn't make any plays.
Nothing. They did nothing.
It was incredible.
I mean, there was a couple of drops that probably could have turned into something, but for the most part, I completely agree with you guys. I mean, the concepts they were running, Arch was in a pretzel. Like I said earlier, he was not confident in what he was seeing. You had guys faking like they were going to go back into coverage, but then blitzing, and you had 5 defensive backs all in a straight line. A straight line down. So he had no idea what coverage was coming. And with the no pass rush, you know what? I hate it. They need to get a pass rush if they're going to be successful, but I will trade no pass rush for tackles, short tackling behind the stick every single time as well. That's just as good. Just as good.
I just got goosebumps thinking about it, because I think I sent you guys the video of it. It happened literally right in front of us. But the thing that I wanted to see out of Ohio State was, can they find a way in a big game to maintain the intensity that they brought in the playoffs, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what won them the national championship last year, was they turned up the intensity and nobody was ready for it.
Right.
Nobody was ready for it.
Right.
And when Texas had 4th and goal at the 1, and they were just going to sneak Arch, and Ohio State said, "Fuck, you are." And they just stood him up, and it was clear, that we were at like the 5-yard line, but so we were like right down the you could tell. I don't know how TV made it look, but it wasn't close. Like, he did not get in. It wasn't close. I went, that's the intent. That, if you're a Texas fan, you've got to feel like PTSD almost from the semifinal game last year when you were in the same position, and then Jack Sawyer's returning a fumble for a touchdown. They're in the same position, and Ohio State just ramped up the intensity and made a play. And in the end, I don't think this game has anything to do with Texas's playoff chances.
No.
I do think it has something to do with Ohio State's playoff chances, because now I think it affords Ohio State a loss somewhere.
Sure.
That they wouldn't have had before, so that's kind of nice. But in the end,
Michigan.
Yeah, but in the end, the Ohio State Buckeyes showed you, and let's go over to the offense for 1 second, because I don't want to skip ahead too much. I really liked what I saw out of Julian Sayin, and I think his stats don't bear it out.
No.
How many? We talked about Texas drops a little bit. Julian Sayin made some beautiful passes that got dropped by Ohio State. I mean, Jeremiah Smith had 2 drops in this game.
I know.
When do you ever see that? Their number 1 ranked tight end transfer, Julian Sayin, on a 4th down. That also happened right in front of us.
Great throw.
A gorgeous throw. Like,
right.
Unbelievable throw that the dude just didn't hang on to going into the sideline. Julian Sayin, I thought, played a really nice. I feel pretty darn comfortable about Ohio State's quarterback situation going forward.
I don't know if you guys saw the post-game interview with Ryan Day, but he was saying that we didn't want to unleash the playbook on him week 1. We wanted to do very targeted game plan and strategies and give him some very comfortable throws.
Yeah.
But his accuracy was unreal.
Yeah.
And I think that was a very sectioned off part of the playbook he was working with, but this is a top 5 pick in 2 years kind of guy. He's got the accuracy, he's got the arm strength. It all looked really, really good.
Yeah.
And overreaction, but it all looked really good.
Yeah, in his first college game, you didn't want to ask much from him, but what you did ask from him, he executed perfectly. I mean, he was poised. He put the ball where it needed to be. He didn't make any mistakes. He was confident. He threw the ball away if he needed to. He didn't. I mean, I don't remember. At least I don't remember one dangerous, risky throw that he made. I thought he ran for what they were trying to do for his first college game. Like I said, for what they were trying to do with him, what they were trying to accomplish. I thought he ran the offense as good as anybody, as good as any first time quarterback ever.
Well, and I will say this in defense of his receivers, they dropped some passes that would have really padded his stats, but
sure,
his touchdown pass was not a good throw. It was well underthrown, and man, was that a great play made to go back and get that ball and catch the touchdown. But sometimes that's what you have to rely on. But I'll say
they're not all going to be perfect. Yeah.
The last thing I'll say is this. The Ohio State Buckeyes, there was this assumption that Texas was a more finished, ready, polished team. And then I looked at it and I went, where? Ohio State's offensive line is better.
Yeah.
Ohio State's wide receivers are better.
Right.
The running backs on both sides are unproven.
Right.
Ohio State's tight ends are more proven. Defensively, the defensive line is more proven. Texas has the better linebacker because that dude is a stud.
Right.
But the defensive backfield more proven for Ohio State. I went into it and I was like, I don't know what everybody's talking about because outside of Ryan Wingo, who is going to be probably a first-round draft pick, I would assume, because that guy's a stud. But, am I missing the fact that Texas lost Matthew Golden and Isaiah Bond and, Gunnar Helm and half their defense got drafted? Ohio State, I'm just very excited about the Buckeyes moving forward because I think you just passed such a major test week 1. And now you get a chance. Now you get into this game is going to suck. I'm not even going to watch it against Grambling. But hey, Julian saying, go out there and just have some fun.
Right.
Hey, guys, just go out there and run and have a good time. Your next couple of games are like that. And then you get into the Big Ten. I think Ohio State is the absolute favorite to repeat.
Yeah, I'm excited to just watch how he evolves, how Julian evolves. And how this defense evolves. I'm very excited to see it because you saw all of the potential, every single bit of the potential in him in this football game. And he's going to have a chance to kind of get unleashed these next couple of games because they're playing teams that he can be unleashed against. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does when he is pushing the ball downfield.
Yeah. Just an awesome atmosphere, an awesome game. Game day, obviously, I'll get to that in a little bit. But what a day it was in Columbus. And I ran back to get my kids to the Asian Lantern Festival at the zoo. I got to the end of that night, and I had to ask my wife to drive me home because I fell asleep 2 minutes after being in the car. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Chad, you and I did a football game Friday night. I drove down to Columbus that night, and then I was like, I can't do this. Listen, Week 1 was big in college football. Week 2, not as big. But let's talk about just a couple quick hitters on other things that happened in college football. I think you got to start with Florida State. That is one of the most stunning outcomes of a game. Florida State, coming off of the shittiest season, all they did was talk shit. Florida State was talking shit on Alabama for weeks.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here like, what are you doing? Like, where is this coming from? And then what did Florida State do? They dominated Alabama. Like that. I don't know how to explain what I watched. What happened right there? It's wild.
Tommy Castellanos.
Yeah.
Florida State got a capable quarterback transfer. I think that was a straw that stirred the drink for them. And not to mention, I think Caleb DeBoer has already lost his locker room because the effort.
He ain't going to be long.
The effort that Alabama defense was putting forth, it did not look like Alabama that we're used to. Now, I mean, I get why they hired him because, I mean, you don't want to. Who wants to follow Saban? Who wants to follow Saban? Nobody. So I don't think Caleb DeBoer is long for this job. But Florida State. I mean, what more could you ask for after the season that they just had, and everybody questioning Mike Norvell, and they come out and they put forth that kind of effort? I mean, obviously they were motivated. They had a chip on their shoulder because they knew they were better than what they were. And now that they got a capable quarterback in play, I think that Seminole swagger is back.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah, downhill.
It's been back for weeks, and apparently they're backing it up. Probably the other game of the week was Clemson and LSU. What a great game that was in Clemson, and that is a. I mean, if you want to talk about what a big win Ohio State got over Texas, that's a big win for LSU on the road in Clemson. 2 quarterbacks that are being talked about as top draft picks in the draft this year. And man, did LSU play an impressive football game defensively, especially LSU coming out on top of Clemson in the Battle of the Death Valleys. That was awesome. What a game.
Two veteran type teams going at it. And it was a war of attrition, man. It was just a grinded out struggle, and LSU came out on top. I was still hoping that Dabo. Well, I mean, they kind of did. They verbally punched each other in the nuts after the game.
They punched each other in the nuts with their mouths.
With them, meow.
Oh boy,
me, yeah. It was what a game though.
Serge says it in the comments. Always love seeing Dabo lose, and I so agree with you. Except for the fact that I always love watching Brian Kelly lose too, and that part really tugged at me.
Somehow they could both lose. Yeah.
I'm okay with Brian Kelly winning over Dabo. If you're gonna pick 2 of them,
that's fair.
Dabo just pisses me off so much more. But wait till LSU plays. LSU's gonna be good. That's a problem, dude. They're gonna be good. Ohio State can shut them up. Meet them in the playoffs. There we go.
They could.
Meet me outside. How about that?
Yeah, catch me outside.
All right, a couple other games from week 1. 2 top 10 teams, Miami, Notre Dame. And as I was paying attention to that game, I went, are these the 2 top 10 teams that are no threat to really make any noise? Because that's what I felt like when I watched it. I was like, oh, this is cool. I think it's cool Miami got the win. Again, I think I said it last week. I want Miami to be a good football team again. I think college football is better when the Miami Hurricanes are the U. But that's not this team. And Notre Dame is not the team. They're not going back to the national championship, right? Neither one of these teams. I watched that game. I was like, nope. All right, this is not great.
I mean, who knows? They caught fire last year I didn't even think Riley Leonard was that good of a quarterback. So I mean, who knows? But I don't I'm not scared of them at all. I thought it was an entertaining game, hands down. I mean, Notre Dame made a phenomenal comeback in that game, but
yes,
it's not. No. And I love Jeremiah Love. I love the way that kid runs the football.
He loves love, guys. He loves love.
Got him.
As he murders an insect.
Yeah. Didn't stand a chance. I don't see it at all.
All right, then the only other big story out of week one for me personally, Boise State was the team that everybody was picking to be the group of 5 team that was going to be in the playoffs. Like, that's easily going to be the team, and they got hammered.
Did not see that coming.
Dominated. USF, the Bulls, destroyed Boise, and
did not see that coming.
I'm just ready for Bowling Green to be the team that's in the playoff. Like that, they're the group of 5 team that's going to be in the playoff.
They're going to be, yeah,
because it ain't Boise. It ain't Boise.
Yeah. I'm going to Kent in October to go see BG Eddie George. You want to go say hi?
Oh, I think I'm going to be at that game too.
Whee!
Let's go.
All right.
Week 2. Not very exciting. Ohio State at Grambling. Or no, I'm sorry, Grambling at Ohio State.
That'd be awesome if Ohio State went to Grambling.
I think it'd be fun though.
It would be fun.
I'm gonna watch. No, not that. I'm gonna watch it.
Oh,
I'm gonna watch it just in terms of like, okay, I want to see them like kind of toy around with the team and like really open things up. Like, I think that'll be fun. After the struggle and the grind that was Ohio State Texas week 1, which was so fun and so awesome. I want to see Julian Sayin throw for like 350 yards and like just kind of go off in a game. And they're going to have the chance to do that against Grambling. Again, not a lot of other big games. Like I was sitting there looking through the schedule. I'm like, okay, Iowa State. You know, that's always a thing amongst the corn people out there.
Hey, Ohio State, we'll give you $50,000 to come to Eddie Robinson Memorial Stadium. How about it?
Sign us up. I mean, I do think with the win over Boise, the South Florida game could be kind of fun.
Could be kind of fun.
I don't know how good the Gators are going to be, but I mean, South Florida's coming off a big win. Yeah. You got an SEC matchup, Ole Miss and Kentucky. I don't know. Hold on, wait a minute. Can we wait a minute for a minute?
What? Game of the night's going to be Michigan and Oklahoma.
Can we just wait a minute though?
All right.
I need to get a YouTube comment up here because doesn't matter. Just drop some straight hard cash on this comment.
Oh, straight cash, homie?
Doesn't matter. Just dropped a little cash on the comment and said, "Shut up, you beautiful people. Having Sam Adams cherry wheat and a few Knob Creek old fashions while camping lakeside. Browns will be better than expected in 25. That's what I'm talking about. No doubt. Garage Beers is the best. Change my mind. Nobody's going to change your mind. Doesn't matter.
Let's go.
And listen, if they try to change your mind, guess what? It doesn't matter. Can we tell you we love you? Can we say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
We love you.
You're the best. You're the best. Doesn't matter. Shout out to you, man. That was great. That just made my night. So like you said, Chad, the game of the week is Michigan at Oklahoma. And Oklahoma looked pretty good week 1, and Michigan didn't play really anybody week 1, but here you go.
And they're losing their best defensive player for the first half of the game because he targeted. Well, supposedly he no, it was a chintzy call, but he targeted that first on that call, and yeah, they're missing him. So we'll see. Hopefully Oklahoma can pull it out.
But here we go. I mean, we're gonna find out. Is you got Underwood playing for Michigan? You got again a Michigan team that wants to be better than what that trash team was last year, even though they beat Ohio State, and it's fucking obnoxious.
Yeah.
But this game will tell you a lot about what we can expect about out of the Michigan Wolverines this year.
I got another asshole of the week. It was Dave Portnoy going on College Game Day with a Split and B Michigan shirt on. Get off the screen.
Can I say something about that guy?
Yeah.
Pizza reviews, elite.
Yeah, for sure.
Unmatched.
Those pizza review videos are spectacular. I watch them all the time. I love them.
Right.
Everything else that knob does is trash.
Yeah.
Trash. Just he's a horseshit individual that does great pizza reviews. Just stick to the pizza reviews, my dude. And then sit back and watch your empire take off. I like some Barstool shows.
Yeah.
I am the Dog Walk podcast on Barstool is one of my favorite things I listen to on like a daily basis.
Yeah.
But like, Dave, you're trash. Your shit is silly. Your shit is silly. It's silly. It's nonsensical.
Just calling that out.
Yeah, asshole. All right. Okay, boys. So, any other thoughts on college football after week 1?
Nah. What was that?
It was fun.
Yeah, it was great for it to be back, honestly. And that's why I love college football, dude. Like, because of all of the chaos, right? Like
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but there's one we missed. There's one we missed. The boyfriend of the 24-year-old in his college football debut as the head coach of the North Carolina Tar Heels got absolutely smoked.
Oh, man, yeah.
By TCU. Smoked.
Yeah.
The last time Bill Belichick was coaching, he had the New England Patriots. And you just got smoked by TCU.
Oh, he got his ass whooped.
By a team named the Horned Frogs. That's the team that you just lost to.
When they scored before half to make it kind of close, I was like, okay, well, watch this. Then I'd like get an alert like TCU scores 41 unanswered points. Like, oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, North Carolina is not good. It's just going to be the next old coach that goes to die.
Can't just retire. It's cool.
Yeah.
You got a lot of money.
Yeah. You got your rings.
You got a lot of money. You got a lot of rings.
Thanks to Tom.
You good.
Clearly it's because of Tom.
That was wild. Yeah. But yes, like you said, college football's back. It's a beautiful thing. And then this weekend, you got college football. You got NFL football. It's back, boys. It is back.
You know why? Here's the thing, right? Again, it's going back to the chaos comment I mentioned. This is why I love college football, right? The slate probably isn't that good, but I guarantee you there's going to be games this weekend where you're going to go, oh, shit, I better turn that game on. In the NFL, I get it any given Sunday, but like for the most part, who's bad in the NFL is bad, right? It is real bad. Right. And you kind of expect the better teams to beat the bad teams. But it's just in college football, it's pure chaos. And I love it. I still like pro football. I'm not trying to make this whole college football so much better. That's just the reason I love college football so much.
It's a little Chahos. All right. As we get to 11 o'clock, let's do our cheers of the week and get out of here. And I stole the show on the asshole of the week. Sorry to just steal the thunder for that. But who wants to go first on cheers of the week?
I'll go first.
Yeah, go on.
I'm going to cheers me.
Yeah.
Boy. I drank my neighbor's Labatt Light.
Thank you, Jimmy. No, your boy here YouTubed it and figured out how to change the oil in the cars. And so I completed my first oil change.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Let's go.
You're such a man.
Let's go.
What a man.
You can find
you poured the oil right in like the bushes, right?
I hope so. Yeah. No, you can figure out anything these days on YouTube. You just can.
That a boy. I'm proud of you.
Nice.
Let's go. Huh?
I can't wait to see that little weird dirt under your fingernails on Friday night.
Oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be so great.
Joe, what about you? Cheers of the week.
Eating perch with oil residue.
Oh yeah. I found my happy place the past couple weekends, boys. It is paddleboarding on a lake. It is the best experience. It's just, especially here, just with the beautiful scenery and mountains around. Like, it's very calming, very chill. It's like literally like Happy Gilmore, happy place where it's just like close my eyes, like, okay, just go on the lake, go on the paddleboard. Happy Gilmore 2 is a great movie, by the way.
I gotta watch it.
Oh, it's good. It's good. I mean, they do a little gimmicky, like a lot of celebrity appearances and stuff, but like,
that's fine. I've heard it's stupid and hilarious, and I need that kind of movie in my life.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, I love that.
As long as you go into it with the right expectations, you're gonna love it.
Love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's really good. Yeah, give me paddleboarding on a lake, man.
Yeah, I want to come do that with you because
come next summer. Don't come during the wintertime. Just
as
summer.
As
probably not a good idea.
As a guy who had never been to the Pacific Northwest until last May when I went, or 2 Mays ago, I guess. Stunning. Just
unreal.
Just wild. Just to like come across like you're driving in the mountains. Or like you're driving on the highway and then you go over a hill and it's just like snow-covered mountains everywhere and you're like, Jesus Christ, this is beautiful. Yes.
Let's just go up to Mariners.
Plan for like August next year. That's a perfect time for you to come.
Mariners Guardians.
Let's go.
Yep. Well, that's April. No, sorry, that's March. That's March.
I don't give a
next
shit.
Year.
First of all, I don't give a shit, even if it is the winter. Like Blue Jackets. Jackets.
I'm gonna be in Cleveland when the Blue Jackets are here.
Well, I don't give a shit. You don't have to be there. Jackets cracking.
Mike, can we go out in the summertime and paddleboard with Joey?
All right, let's go paddleboard with Joey. It'll be fun. Let's go.
Paddleboarding in the summertime. It'll be great.
I bet you doesn't matter. He's gonna be paddleboarding tomorrow. He's on the lake. He's got some Sam Adams. Some Knob Creek.
Hell yeah.
He's gonna be out there.
Hell yeah. All right. My cheer of the week is the last really cool thing I saw at the Ohio State game, but the Lee Corso thing, man. Lee Corso gets my cheer of the week. The guy's crazy, and he's always been a little weird. And you could say what you want about him, but it all really hit home when we were in the stands, and they shoved the stage out there, and he did his final headgear pick and all that. Like,
did they broadcast that on the Jumbotron and everything?
Yeah,
while he was doing
yeah.
It? Oh,
You could hear it on ESPN even. Like, you could hear the echo. They played it in the stadium. This dude has been, and I'm unfortunately, I'm afraid after having listened to him that there's not a long time left, unfortunately. But this dude has been such a part of Saturday mornings for decades. I mean, decades. And we all have our favorite moments. Serge just put it in here when he was like, fuck it. On live TV. When he called the little kid the midget. Not so fast, midget. And everybody was like, oh my God.
And he's like, what?
Yeah, he's got the old man vibes that you couldn't be mad about, though, because you knew it didn't come from a hateful place. It just came from like the old man that was Lee Corso.
Yeah.
To see him, and they really played it up because his first ever headgear pick was Ohio State. And so to see him wheeled out in the middle of the field, and then you listen to him talk, and it was hard, it's kind of hard for him to talk at this point. And he's starting to talk up Texas, doing what he does best. And when he turned, I'm going to tell you guys, when he turned and said the phrase, "Give me my first love," and he took the Brutus head and put it on, there were people crying.
Yeah.
And like rightfully so. Like, again, this is a guy you've watched for like decades on your TV Saturday mornings. And it was just awesome. And I took more pictures of that than I took in the game itself, because it'll never like be the same. It'll never be the same. And so
cheers to broadcasters being icons. The ones that are like truly have an impact and are just like constants, and people that are generally adverse to any issues that come out publicly. Like, thank God for people like that. Like, I got emotional watching that too. Like, I've been watching.
It was cool.
Forever. And he's just a staple of Saturday morning and watching the pregame shows and putting on headgear. Like,
and he's out there with those, McAfee's out there acting like a goofball, and Herbie's out there and all that. And he's in the tux, and he just looks old, and just what a send off for him.
Yeah.
I do think this is cool. And I saw this too. Sean said, cheers to Fox Big Noon Kickoff for like covering that. Like they showed it, which is cool. Lee Corso, doesn't matter, said Lee Corso is to college football as Madden is to the NFL. Like, there's never going to be another 100%. it was just cool. It was a really cool thing to see. So that's my cheer of the week. So
how about Urban getting back into coach mode? Did you see that picture on the 4th and goal?
Dude, between the Urban video on the Bowling Green opening kickoff return for a touchdown and then the 4th and goal thing, we were sitting right behind Ohio State's bench. Boys, when I tell you DeJuan Jones is the largest human I've ever seen in my life, he was right in front of me the whole game. He dwarfs everybody. It was a lot. There was a lot to see. And it was awesome. And shout out to the Buckeyes. But anyways, we have gone entirely long, but it's been great. We got to do our thank yous before we get out of here. First of all, big time thank you to our special guest, Camryn Justice, who joined us to play the Browns schedule game. Again, if you missed it, Chad, you were the low man. You had the Browns going 7-10. Camryn had the Browns going 8-9. Joey, you had the Browns going 9-8, and I had the Browns going 10-7. That was our official Browns schedule game results. We'll see how it starts. As all of us, me, Camryn, Joey, Chad, we all have the Browns winning week 1 against the Cincinnati Bengals, and we will see how that goes in Cleveland on Sunday at 1 p.m., and that'll really set the tone for the rest of this. But big shout out to Camryn Justice. Again, multi-award winning and just an overall great person, and love that she does that with us every year. So big shout out to her for joining us. Big shout out to the OBR for hosting us, the Orange and Brown Report. Get over there. If you're not subscribed currently, if you're a new subscriber, you get 75% off a new VIP subscription. So get over there and subscribe now. And our last thank you, as always, and our biggest thank you goes out to all of you. There were a lot of you in here tonight. Lots of you guys in the comments. It was wild. It was crazy. It was loud. We appreciate you. If you didn't join us tonight live, but you're joining us on the show either tomorrow or whenever on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, Twitch, wherever, we appreciate, we love you, and we thank you for your support for the show. Go follow the show at The Garage Beers on all the socials, and we will see you next week for episode 280. For Joey in Seattle, for Chad on the east side of Cleveland, I am Michael Keefe. See you next week. Until then, cheers, everybody.